Just like old Levy disappears. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 101 of the Download Queue, your new favorite place for gaming news, reviews, topics. Here, switch to us. Hat there, he's back.
Today? No.
Bam. Don't do the beret. Gaming news, reviews, topics, discussions, whatever it is we want to talk about, but it is your one-stop shop for all things 2026 Xbox Developer Direct. Kyle, if you can, he's put his earphones on. How are you doing, sir, now that you're joining us? Introductions are done. I didn't see you just stepped away as I started. We're doing it good.
You said 1 second, and then I was like, oh, he has stuff to do.
Yeah, literally like a sec.
Hey, episode 101 is this.
Flawless.
Well, how you doing? It's good to join you all. I'm happy to be here late.
Yay. Man's
Sorry
asleep.
about that. I was seeing if I should wear my beret. That's so funny.
The beret, you need like a... Go get like some pottery. Put on your head. Get a bowl.
That's a little more
on brand.
accurate. Or I should put some like plants and vines for another game I'm going to talk about. Is it in my hair? Is that what it is? In Beast of Reincarnation, it's her hair. We'll talk.
We'll talk. As mentioned, this episode is all about the 2026 Xbox Developer Direct, possibly the first of two this year. If reports are to be believed, we will see. But it finally happened this past Thursday, January 22nd, featuring Playground Games with Forza Horizon 6, featuring Game Freak with Beast of Reincarnation, featuring Double Fine with last year's secret supposed game Kiln from Double Fine, and then ending off again with Playground Games. Double duty this year with Fable. We're starting from the top, Kyle, though. Forza Horizon 6 kicked off the show. God damn, I cannot wait for May. This game looks badass. Oops.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, overall, the biggest thing about both Fable and Forza are they showed everything they needed to, but it's just, to me, it's like, okay, so this is what Fable should be. This is what Forza should be. So like everything that Forza showed, I'm like, yeah, this is what it should be, and that's awesome. So I'm sad they didn't show off more night. That was kind of weird that they didn't show off any of the nighttime driving. Obviously that has to be included in this. That's so iconic. I think neon streets, especially since they're going to be going deeper into having a deeper city drive through, like they ain't getting rid of a night cycle, right? That'd be bizarre. So weird thing that they didn't show it, but the little additions they are showing in Forza 6 are really intriguing. What is it? The estate where you can build your own area. Like, is that drivable? Is it just place and go? Like, a lot of cool stuff didn't show enough to me. So we'll see whenever they do a deeper dive on those systems. But yeah, I can't wait to drive around in Forza.
Yeah, Forza was in a weird spot going in where I'm like, 5 was already so good. Where do you add on to that? Mm-hmm. And admittedly, a lot of the stuff they're adding doesn't speak to me. Stuff like the estate that you mentioned, fully customizable, essentially town track, whatever you want it to be. Sky's the limit for your imagination. I'm not big on crafting. The race course builder they have in 5 now, where you could put props down and ramps and all the weird funky stuff they do in the arena, that can now be done in a co-op setting. Sounds awesome. If you have creative friends like that, wild stuff's going to come out of that. I can't wait to experience it from a player perspective. My mind's not creative enough for that. So those things, like, I appreciate they're there. I can see the creativity coming from them. I can see the vision and them trying to find of where do we add more? Where do we make this a more solid experience? Which doesn't have to be for everybody. But from a player perspective, you're still going to be able to race those tracks. You're still going to be able to experience those features without it being a main focus of your time.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I like how they're approaching Japan, it feels, they're making you are joining as a tourist going. They kind of explain the campaign a little bit. You're going in as a tourist and you have to prove yourself, drive up through the ranks, and then become part of the Forza Horizon Festival. I like that. And then from a entering a culture perspective, that's like a good way of doing it. Is we are outsiders coming in. Like I like that. I want to, you got to be a little good with that. So I'm just like, I guess overall, yeah, I guess it's just more of the same, right? I guess I'm trying to think of like anything specific I want to talk about with Forza, but it's like, no, I'm just waiting to see more, I guess. I know they're not getting rid of nighttime, so they just didn't show it off. I know they're going to have special showcases and drifting and neon lights and street racing, right? But they just didn't get deep into that. I know the music is going to have to be a part of the culture in this game, right? So
I wanted some soundtrack drops.
Yeah, I guess overall it's just like, yeah, this is exactly what it needs to be and should be and what I expected. But I think towards the end, at the end, we'll talk our overall thoughts, but like it felt safe. This felt like a safe showing of Forza. It comes out in May. So like, yeah, there's another time they can go a little deeper into it, but yeah, it's just interesting, right? Not like it's weird because it's good. Like, right? I expect a 9 to 10 out of 10 game from this, right? But
are you
I don't feel as great
with
about how
the story filling out like that where you are coming in brand new? Because I feel, to me, I see a world where that can almost be done badly. I think of Forza Horizon 4, I think of Forza Horizon 3, and that immediate, I mentioned last week, that immediate first drive you do, like supercars, switching you out of all the things, and then they give you the playground of, you can kind of have and buy whatever you want. Have whatever car you want, go whatever track you want to do. I feel the way they worded it now is that's going to be taken away, and you will be starting with lower B rank vehicles, whatever it is. You have to work your way up to those bigger showcase moments, which I feel if that is drawn out 20, 30 hours, that could lose some casual people, but
yeah, I remember. Yeah, I hear you. I remember hearing something in the video, or I'm not seeing it talked about in the article as I'm scanning, but they mentioned something about how you'll be able to go out in the country and still explore, but some things wouldn't be there in the festival, right? So they had some language about some things are locked for, like when you're in the festival, you have to prove yourself and have to do it. But I still think you'll be able just to buy a car and go drive. It's just, you have the reputation? Do you have the wristband? That's what they're doing. You have the wristband that says I can race the S level car. No, you don't. You can go drive one outside. I don't care, but you're not allowed into the club. So I think it's that. But yeah, we'd have to look into that more. See, it's questions like that where I'm like, I feel like I should have that answer already.
Yeah, for sure. Further breakdown here from the presentation. Over 550 cars at launch. On top of the cars, have multiple houses, which you had in 5. They're like fast travel locations, essentially scattered about, landmarks, and customizable garages, which they said the interior were fully customizable as well. So not necessarily, I think you can walk around inside your garages as a person, but have those areas fully decked out, themed however you want. Unique body kits for all cars, including, for the first time, liveries on windows and more customization. New tire wear modeling. Well, you're not going to notice unless you're going deep in photo mode, though. Like, that's one of those, like, want to add a little extra sauce on top. New rare
that's
aftermarket
that deep car culture stuff.
Yeah. New rare aftermarket cars to collect, which they gave a name for. It's not the barn finds anymore. I think it wasn't exotics, but the
barn find.
The barn finds have a new name this time. Improved audio effects, build and decorate a large estate for yourself, which is what we were mentioning earlier. Car meets in the open world, which that I want to shout out. That I hope works as good as they say. I hopped back into 5 last night and driving in the open world and having to stop and load in and load everyone in and go to a loading screen and teleport everyone to a race. That takes you out so much. But the way they were showcasing it, you can start races. It'll just kind of build in the area around you on the fly. You drive to the starting line yourself. It's not a loading screen. It's not a load-in scenario. it's fully integrated into the experience, which is that badass if it works the way they're saying, because that's
cool.
Huge upgrade.
Yeah, that's why I reached out and wanted to play Forza for a little bit. I haven't played Forza intentionally with another person over, the internet like that. So I wanted to see how the convoy works, how that works overall. So interesting. That is a good little change there. That a lot of the technical stuff they are doing in Horizon 6 is like really cool, especially the matchmaking and the multiplayer and the car meets where it's just like pull up to a parking lot and we'll see what happens. It's like, isn't that what car culture is? I'm not in car culture. I don't do that. Like, but outside looking in, I'm like, wait, that's something people do. That's cool. And then like, if it works, how I say, hell yeah.
I can't wait. This isn't going to be a game I take time off for work, but I will definitely be there day one. I'll probably be there for the early access, if I'm being honest. Like, hopping into 5.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Hopping into 5 again last night, my girlfriend was like, "You're not even a car person." I'm like, I'm not, but it's just the vibes. Just load in, turn on some tunes, and just chill. Go do some PR stunts. Just see the scenery. Beautiful thing to look at.
It's a great game because also the difficulty. I love that they give you the little like, "Hey, up it up. You're doing good," and you're like, "No, I'm okay actually." And then you up and you're like, "Yeah, I want to go back down." It's like a game that's like finding your perfect. How do you want to play? And it's just like, here, this is how you play this racing game for you. I love it.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm going to get the early access $60 premium edition upgrade for the premium edition. That's if you have Game Pass. That gives you the full 550 cars, the DLC. I think it gives you the car pass as well.
30 extra cars in the car pass. VIP is a monthly membership that gives you extra credit boosts and in-game currency stuff on top of monthly car drops.
How long does that last?
Let me see.
Is it just like a month VIP pass, or do you just get the VIP pass until it's some interesting things? I know we were talking about this thing in Discord, the pricing and everything, and I think it's the highest price for a premium edition upgrade, which also comes with early access. That $60 is like crazy looking, right? When you see that, like, play 5 days early, it's $60. But it's most likely we're assuming 2 DLCs, and Forza Horizon having 2 $30 value worth DLCs isn't crazy to me, like that kind of makes sense. So it's crazy that it's $60, but I think the trade-off actually is pretty solid if you're just getting the Game Pass version and you want access to all the stuff. But yeah, $120 for like the base game and the premium stuff, like that's wild. But hey, Forza is one of those games, right? Like,
yeah. So for context, over everything, Game Pass obviously free if you have premium now. That I haven't seen anything day one of the extra tiers or when that's coming in later. They did not say that, which is a new thing we need to look out for. I didn't even think of.
So they only said it's on premium?
That was the change with the Game Pass stuff. Is first parties are only being premium pass now. You look up where I go with pricing. So in Game Pass, if not standard edition, $70 across the board now. You get used to it. The premium edition with everything Kyle was just mentioning is for $120 up from the 70, or you get the premium edition upgrade for 60 to go along with your Game Pass version. And that's where we were talking about in Discord, and I brought it up. Like you said, most expensive. Other premium upgrade stuff, Starfield 30, Call of Duty 30, Outer Worlds 2 30. Albeit this one does have the 2 expansions, like you mentioned, which I had to go back and look. Forza Horizon 5, 2 expansions launched at $20 a pop instead of the 30 we were talking. So it's a weird pricing change. I'm still kind of skeptical on it. Like I mentioned in Discord, Forza is the one that is guaranteed you will eventually lose from Game Pass because of music licensing, which I was talking about in the forum online, and I need to dig deeper into. Someone said if you bought the DLC for older Forzas when they got taken off Game Pass, you were given a code to download the game and own it. I do not have Forza Horizon 4, but I bought the DLC for it. So I don't know if I missed that or if it's some error on their end. But if that's the case, I don't have that much of an issue with it if you still have access to the game. But if it is purely this is a Game Pass only thing for you, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
If you're someone who likes having ownership of your stuff.
I remember something like that, where those games are getting delisted because of those licenses, but if you buy it, you can still play it, right? So I don't remember specifically if you own DLC, you got a code. It doesn't surprise me if they did that, and it sucks that you would have missed it, but I just remember weirdness about the license and being delisted, and anytime that happens, it's like, buy it because you can own it, but once it's gone, it's gone. Yeah, like it's the question of Game Pass, it's like I don't own Starfield technically, right? Like I haven't bought Starfield. I did it through Game Pass and did the premium edition. Same with I didn't do the premium edition for Indie. But at some point it's like I'm gonna have to pick it up because I'm gonna want to own it and whatnot. So because this $30 once my time runs out on Game Pass, like that's a lot. So it's a good call out. Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, I don't hate Xbox's pricing at all with Forza. Again, once the DLC comes out, it can totally be justified. It's just, again, is it worth it to you? Maybe. I don't think $60 for all that is worth it to me for Forza and how I play it. Though once that DLC drops where it's Godzilla and friends and you're racing against Mothra, it's like, damn, I wish I would have dropped that already. Drop that $60 so I can get it for free at this point. But yeah.
I hope they go wild with the DLC. Like it's in Discord again. If they follow suit, this year will be a Lego because they alternate that in Hot Wheels, and then a random island they go to. I hope they balls to the wall, go crazy with it. Do the giant Gundam mechs, do giant monsters. Like that would be dope.
Yeah, we saw the Gundam at the end. I'm pretty sure that's part of the end showcase, and it could hint at a DLC with more, but yeah, I think you got to include that in the base game. I'm going to be sad if not. So I can't wait. I'm happy it's May to be here before we know it, right before summer showcase. This game looks so fucking pretty too. Like,
oh, good.
Oh my gosh. There were so many times where they were talking about we went to Japan and took shots for references, and it's like, okay, but are you showing game or reference photo? Because it's kind of hard to tell right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jesus, it's crazy. We'll see when it comes to PlayStation. That's another last thing we need to talk about with Forza is it is coming to PlayStation, but at a later date.
Yeah, which if my memory is correct, that's even a change from the original announcement. Because I thought the original tease was a year later, and now it's in 2026. So could be wrong. Could be remembering stuff wrong. But either way, it will not be there day one. But PlayStation players will get to experience one of the greatest games of the year.
Yeah, Horizon 5, I think, was a 5 million that it sold on PlayStation. So yeah, put it on there. What? Like, yeah, put it on there.
Extra money? What?
Like, of course they're going to put it on PlayStation. Like, Horizon 5 sold 5 million copies. So yeah, put Horizon 6 on PlayStation. Duh.
Moving on.
That's all.
That's it. So moving on. I'm curious to see what you think about the next one that was shown. This was actually kind of a surprise hit for me, and I'm intrigued. Feast of Reincarnation from Game Freak, aka Pokemon Studios, making not their first. They've brought it up themselves. We do more than Pokemon. They've done more than Pokemon for a while, but this is sort of the first big Unreal Engine type visual showcase piece they've done, I would say. Showcased first off at the June showcase last year. Beast of Reincarnation is a journey of Emma and Ku. Emma was born afflicted by blight, which has granted her the power to manipulate plants. Void of both memory and emotion, Emma is shunned and feared by those around her, living a life in total isolation. Ku, on the other hand, is what's known as a malefact, a creature that poses a dire threat to this world. Emma bears the burden of a sealer, a role that requires her to hunt these malefacts and absorb their blight into her own body. went in with little to no expectation. I remember from the showcase, I was like, okay, this is another generic Souls-like type thing. I don't think it's going to blow me away, but I see it landing better than people would expect a Game Freak game to do. I don't see it being in top 10 conversations at the end of the year. It's going to be a very solid, hey, it's out. If there's nothing else around it, people will talk about it for a week, move on. But it's more than I was expecting, which I'm down for. It's a Game Pass title. If it comes on a good place, I'll play it. Like, I'm down to check it out.
Yeah, no, this looks awesome to me. I love the style. The story is interesting and weird, and I like that. Especially with kind of the themes they're hinting at and kind of talking about. A one-person, one-dog action RPG. That's like, yes, that's gonna get emotional maybe at the end, right? Don't hurt the doggy, please. But I don't know. The gameplay looks and sound really interesting, going from the katana action with her, and then you kind of can freeze it, similar to a Final Fantasy VII, which I started playing, and kind of choose the abilities for your party and what to do. So you choose your dog to do that. So I'm imagining your dog is going to be able to trigger some of the weaknesses or the effects on the big bosses that lets you get to them, or vice versa. I can imagine you weakening a boss to let your dog be able to do some damage to an enemy too. So that could be really fun. I hope it's not too heavy soulsy. I hope it's more of an actiony stuff with, yeah, just you have to utilize both her and the dog to like get through fights. Like you can't just go one way or the other. Like, but other than that, like, it looks good. Cool. It sounds like they're kind of mixing like two genres together with the. What I want is them to be more actiony with her, and then have more of the turn-based stuff with the dog, and like merge that together, right? I want that to feel really, really good. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake, the 2 hours I played it, the action combat is not like Final Fantasy 16, right? Nowhere near that. But there's no of the like slowing time. They can get that action combat with her feel better, and that could be really, really cool. So that's what I'm looking for in this game. If that feels really good, this could be another sleeper hit. It's not going to be Expedition 33 like it was last year in the Direct, right? It's not a sleeper game of the year. I would hope so. I never want to say it's not going to be, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm really hopeful about it. It had more depth than I thought it was going to, and that made me hopeful. So hopefully this is Game Freak getting able to do what they want to do, and hopefully they can achieve that. I'm all in on the premise so far.
Speaking of combat, it does seem to be exactly what you were describing, where she's more of the action thing, and if you slow down the video or pause, when it does do this time slow thing where you're picking abilities, those are all specifically tied to the dog, and then pulls back to where he is to pull those off. So it does seem to be in tangent. Also, the healing on the bottom left, emergency medicine. Even your healing thing is tied to the dog. So I almost wonder if that's going to be tied to it having an energy bar that you're having to manage, how often you could do those, and that's how they're kind of pacing those out instead of just spamming it nonstop. I will say some of the things. One of the bosses they showed in here does a move where it like punches into the ground and like roots come out in a circular formation. I swear to God, that is just an up-res texture used in Pokemon ZA. That same goddamn move is used in a boss battle. The same kind of punch down, they come up in the same region. Like, see what you do in Game Freak.
I can't wait for the breakdowns.
I see what you do in Game Freak.
All the Pokemon animations used in Beast of Reincarnation.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that looks a little bit too familiar. Better, but too familiar.
That's smart. I love that. Yeah. I wanted to read, unless you had more about this game, I want to kind of read the end of the Xbox Wire article, because they kind of hint at something in the story. I'm like, what? So the last paragraph on this article, there's still so much more we want to show you, but there is one thing in particular I want everyone to remember. It is a vital rule concerning this world. Never look up in the sky. An ancient legend of this world warns that something is floating up there, but please, for your own sake, do not try to see it for yourselves. What the fuck? I feel like Expedition 33, we did the same thing last year where there was like, what the hell are you guys talking about at the end here? So there was something like this. So I'm loving these articles that just are like what do you mean? I'm confused. I'm concerned. So don't look up, everybody.
Look up.
Don't look up at the sky and Beast and Reincarnation. For your own sake, do not try to see it for yourselves. It's just an empty skybox and all the code. They're like, shit, we didn't code it, you guys.
I was scrolling through, and when they're looking in the sky, it's kind of empty. Kind of a gray sky with nothing else going on.
It's Pokemon.
We couldn't texture those
you
in.
Just see the map of like Scarlet Violet. It's like, oh shit, we're in hell.
Instead of the flat wall texture in ZA, it's just a flat gray skybox. Like, no, that's it.
Yeah, so I super intrigued, whatever that means. So hey, we'll see. It's in my fantasy critic.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Dude, I went Xbox heavy in this.
You did.
I have one more. I probably have one more slot too.
You can pick up Kiln. No one else wants that.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. You know, this was what I wish we got more just solid gameplay of. A lot of their time in this was kind of world building and storytelling, which I get new IP you kind of want to do. But I wanted more gameplay. I wanted to see more of the combat. I wanted to see more boss fights. I wanted to see just more of what you're doing. Either way, solid showing. I'm very happy with what I saw. Came out of it way higher than I thought I was going to be. So, mission accomplished, Game Freak.
Yeah, I feel bad. Isn't there that Midwest Games? Aren't they releasing like a one dog person game too?
Well, maybe.
I'm gonna pull them up. I feel like there was another. Yeah, The Legend of Babu coming out of Midwest Games. Remember we talked about them for a little bit. Yeah, 2 heroes, 1 legend. Boy and dog. So
is that also coming out in summer?
That would be a bummer if it was, because they're probably going quiet for a little bit. Because it says 2025 release.
2026, Year of the Dog. Bringing them back. We don't get him in Fable. Everyone else is giving you dogs.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
What
Zodiac year is it? Is it Year of the Dog?
I have no idea.
All right, I'll look up it. I'll look it up. Where's it like rat?
Horse.
Is that what it is today?
Yeah, it's the Year of the Horse.
Yeah, 2016 with me horse. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
With a full 60-year cycle, including 5 elements, wait, so 2026 is the Year of the Horse and a 60-year cycle, including 5 elements? I don't understand what this means.
Is that good or bad? We're going to have to turn
this podcast into this. I don't know. We're going to have to... Either way, anyways. You want to talk Kiln?
Talking Kiln, the surprise upcoming from Double Fine. Again, rumored for last year's Developer Direct. I'm surprised it's not shadow dropped. Especially if they were talking about it last January to come out last year. I thought this would be ready. But Kiln is officially out in the open. Originally started back during Amnesia Fortnite, I believe in 2018, 2017 at Double Fine. Which Amnesia Fortnite, for those unaware, is a 2-week time period. They essentially shut the studio down, stop working on whatever projects they are doing on. Whoever you are in the studio can pitch a game to Tim Schafer. He will pick his favorite 4 of the ones pitched, and then everyone breaks off into teams and has 2 weeks to make a prototype of said game to show off for the team. Some stuff gets made out of it. Stacking, they mentioned, came from it. Costume Quest was another one. So some stuff gets made full release, but Kiln is the most recent. Multiplayer, online, party, I don't want to say brawler, because you do have objectives, but...
Pottery brawler.
Party pottery brawler.
Yeah.
Coming out spring 2026. How you feeling?
Yeah, I know. You've been, honestly, in my interpretations, you've been pretty down on this game in a way. Worried about it and what it means and what it could do to a studio if it doesn't find success. A multiplayer game in this way? What? Not now. And yeah, this is like interesting, right? I think coming off of Keeper, you're like, oh, that was really cool, but not very, very small. And then this comes out and you're like, oh, the same thing, right? Instead of being doom and gloom, it's I kind of want to just look at this as what it is. This is what the studio does. That's cool. I think them starting off the video being like, this is what we do. We do this Amnesia for it. Like they explained what you explained to us, the whole process. And like, that's cool. Why would you not want studios to do this? So I think this is going to take off and run away with success and be the next big hit, even something like Peak, right? No, I don't think it can get up to the sustainability that Peak has had in the mainstream, but I do think this can be around it. It's firmly in the friend slop genre, but this has way more care and attention to it. So it looks cool. I think it would have been nice to be able to play it now, to get a demo now, to get the open test now, because I think it's something that you have to play to really get it. So, that's kind of a bummer, but I'm very intrigued by it. A lot of the things they talked about in it were kind of confusing. You're able to make your own pottery into any shape you want. But then when they talk about it in gameplay, it sounds very much like these shapes do this and these things do that. So it's like, okay, so you have to have a certain shape, right? And then you think about pottery. You can only do so many things with pottery, right? And when you're making it, right? So you can't go too crazy with shapes because it's just not how it works. So I can see design-wise how they can constrain you, but again, I really feel like once I'm playing it, it's going to make a lot of sense. And I feel like for a lot of people, it's going to make a lot of sense and be a lot of fun. Will it be more than a weekend, more than 2 weekends of fun? We'll see. But I think it's a very, very cool thing that is happening, that a studio can come off. A Keeper and Kiln, those are very two specific type of games. And I don't think you would get, many people would bet you'd get those games 6 months ago, right? Well, even, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think it's a good thing. I think we want games like this. And if it's a side project, if it's not distracting, that's what Game Pass allows. So I want to choose to look more on the positive of that. But of course, the corporate's above it.
Let's say it's funny you mentioned who wouldn't want something like Amnesia Fortnite to get that creativity out of there. Because funnily enough, in the Psych Odyssey documentary, when they were purchased by Microsoft and Matt Booty was in the studio first time, almost wanted to cancel that shit immediately because it was coming up around that time. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna have to look how that works if it continues on." Because from their point of view, they would want full ownership of anything that was even brainstormed during that, which I get. But he's very anti against the idea almost off the rip. So kudos that it happens. I don't want to be down on it. Like you said, it comes from a place of worry. I feel if this comes out, flatlines, and they get to continue, it takes some off, and they are a trusted studio within Microsoft. I just don't want 5-6 months down the road. Hey, Keeper, financial failure. Kiln didn't live up to expectations. Double Fine's closed. Like, that's the only thing where I'm like, I don't want them to be forced into, you need to follow up Psychonauts 2 with another Game of the Year major contender that almost killed you guys. Like, it's just the weird wibbly wobbly of financial stability and bringing in what Daddy Satya wants while being able to have your creative freedom. Like, no, do I want this game to close or fail? No. Do I want the studio to close? No. It's just a place of concern, which I will say and give them credit the way they were talking. Hey, beta's coming out. This is everywhere day one. We have a year-long plan of updates, and hopefully that's customization stuff and collabs, and they can get really crazy with and get a community out of it. That would be best case scenario. Like, I'm happy that's happening. It's just a time will tell. There is, like you mentioned with the pots, the different shapes essentially take up the place of classes in a regular game. Mentioned big jugs being tanks, teacups, I think they said, smaller kind of assassins with daggers, and each one has their own special ability, which I'm curious if there's more than one, if there's a variety you can pick from to kind of switch it up. Some of them can throw a pie, some have a sword, one has an ice cream beam thing, like a lot of weird creative stuff. It's just getting a player base in, getting people attached to it, getting them in the ecosystem, because you would imagine this is microtransaction up the ass with the customization stuff. I don't think it would be. You don't?
I don't think it. no, I think this is what it is. I don't think. I think if it has any microtransactions, that's yeah, it's people won't want to play it. I think this is something. This is a drop, and it is what it is. It's full. I don't think they're going to be updating it to that degree. I don't think it's a live service game, unless they have said the exact opposite. But yeah,
See, that's what I
don't.
very much got from it. What they were talking year-long updates and a plan of release for updates and content and
Interesting. Yeah, because yeah, no, that's just not the way I took like them saying we're gonna keep going with it is updating it, is hearing what the community wants. I mean, that's what they did with Sea of Thieves, and yes, that does have microtransactions. But I think being able for multiplayer games, we've seen games find success when they keep iterating upon it after launch, and I think that's looking at the article. It seems like that's how I'm taking it more so. I think you would have to have already shown us and talked about it, but also no, you don't, because the moment you show a shop, it's burning. People will jump on it. So
it's the first thing on the menu when you open the game.
I would really, 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 really hope that there's zero microtransactions. It should just be 100% play it and you can unlock stuff, and even add like the ability to have us as players make stuff to put into the game type of thing. Like that's where they should go, as opposed to give us money and we'll drop stuff. No, stop supporting it. Just drop it and be done, as opposed to that. Yeah. We'll see. Can't wait to play it though. It looks like a lot of fun.
Like you said, how much a lot of fun is it going to be?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way they showed it, it looks fun. I like simple goals, it's just like go put out the kiln. That's pretty straightforward. Yeah, we'll see.
If you're on video, I am pulling up here some of the original footage of it from like Odyssey years back, the original beta stuff.
Oh yeah.
Some of the spirit stuff stayed. It was a lot dark. Again, 2-week time period to originally make this, but a lot darker, a lot of realistic backgrounds you would assume would be Unreal Engine stuff just thrown in there. So I am happy with the new brighter cartoony art style they took it towards. Yeah, there's this.
There's an in-game store run by Celadon's dog and companion Slip. You can you earn credits for participating in matches, and you can spend it on customization goods.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Not microtransaction as of yet.
First time.
But they please don't.
Please don't, yeah. No, it's
so
got the Double Fine. It's got the Double Fine charm. It's got the Double Fine flavor. Like, it's there. What was one other thing I wanted to throw from this? They talked about, on top of like the shapes of your pottery and stuff having different abilities, there are actually some parts of the map that will be like a pathway or a shortcut that you can't get to if you are a certain size. So I'm hoping there's enough of that type of stuff to let different sizes kind of be successful without it becoming a thing of you need to have this, this, and this to win a game every time. Like, that's dumb. But I'm hoping those little fun, you take this path, you can get over this hazard as this thing, like enough of that in there to let more creativity flow.
Yeah, it's going to be those little interactions in the map. There's multiple maps coming out. It's just the quench mode, which is the put out the fire in the other film by filling yourself up with water. So we'll see where they go. It looks, I'm excited. I hope it's fun enough and it has enough depth to be like, this is cool for what it is and beyond, not like Keeper, right? It's like, that's good for what it is. Like, that's not a detraction at all. It's
I wonder if my perception of it, because people online seem okay with it. No one's like blowing it out of the water, but like people are happy with what it is. I wonder if my perception of it, if it wasn't the surprise thing this time around, because I feel there's kind of a, not expectation, but you're the surprise thing. Like, you need to be an oh shit, one's expecting this, or bigger moment than party game like this, maybe.
Yeah, I think when you have Forza and Fable, anything surprising. Honestly, this makes sense as a surprise. It's different, not the same scale and scope, and it's something from a studio they have and has been rumored. But yeah, it's like the Game Awards. Oh, that was our final thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this was the secret thing. All right, like we knew this was coming at some point, so surprise. Ninja Gaiden 4, not for us, but that was a surprise.
Last thing on the Xbox Wire, I actually just saw, and it is in Forza Horizon 6's post as well in the summary, arriving for Xbox Series XS, PC, Xbox on PC, Xbox Cloud Gaming, Xbox Play Anywhere, handheld optimized, PlayStation 5, Steam, and with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Forza Horizon 6 does say Xbox Game Pass Ultimate day one. So there is the differentiating there. We don't have a date for when lower Game Pass tiers will get these, but that is in the summary on the Xbox Wire posts.
Yeah. Yeah, so it all, day ones are all now in Ultimate, which makes sense.
And the bigum, ending us off, Fable, Playground Games, after years of waiting, multiple controversies over ugly protagonists, and this is an actual gameplay, and it's not Lionhead, and blah, blah, blah. First big look at Fable, its gameplay, its world. You in? Does it get you? This get you all, get you all warm and warm inside?
100%. 100%. They said all the right things. They, even from the video, the start, they're talking about, we know this is from Lionhead. We want to honor that. Like, we want to continue their legacy. Like, they're acknowledging that. They understand what Fable is. They built this studio with that in mind. They wanted, or the team, because they're within Playground, they built the team like of people, like you're building Fable. We're finding people to build Fable. That really does matter when you're trying to build something with that essence and everything. And that, man, that was just shown throughout the showing. Just it is 100% feels like Fable. It just does. And all the stuff they're doing looks awesome. I think the gameplay stuff, the combat looks good. The ability to switch between different things in combat, that's awesome. I want to be able to use all my whole kit and not like, you're just a sword guy now. That was like Veilguard. You were, all right, your sword and shield, and you could, but it's not on the fly, changing it up. And that's really cool. I want more of that. The social stuff, Fable should have landlord abilities and jobs and relationships and marriage and kids like that. Yeah, that's a Fable. So that sounds awesome. The promise of, or what they're telling us, it's 1,000+ NPCs, handcrafted, all with unique lives and jobs and tasks and daily routines, and they go about their daily life in the city of, or in the area of Albion. That's
fully voice acted.
Cool. That's like fully voice acted. Yes, please. I can't wait to find out 750 of them are AI generated. But other than it's just like the promise is awesome. It like I said with Forza, it's just like you said and did exactly what you needed to say and do, and it is exactly what this game should be. Yeah. Everything you said, I'm like, yeah. I do feel like it was very, very curated, very clean cut, very polished showing. I feel like they did a lot of telling and in the way of, they did a lot of telling and like, this is what's going to happen and this is what we're doing. It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Can you show that more? Like even the social stuff with walking up to a person and seeing the menu pop up, that felt very like, I don't know. It just felt very flat, very simple. And that ultimately, that could be the way the game is portraying it in gameplay once we're doing it. But I felt like the way they showed it, I don't know, there's just something that felt flat to me. I felt like we saw the same area over and over, forest and cottages, and it was just walking behind the person. You know, I wanted to see a little bit more, but I feel like they just had a really, really tight and polished video. And I think that just felt a little weird to me. But yeah, I'm not worried about Fable, but I'm not like, haha, yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, this was never coming out in February, you know? Like the next showing will be very different in my opinion. Like, you're like, whoa, this was like a vertical slice. of a vertical slice.
I went into this last week saying Fable needed to blow me away to succeed. I'm not at the point I'm worried about it. Again, I'm a pessimist. It's the best of me. In my heart, I genuinely feel there's a 20% chance this still gets canceled by the end of the year. What you're saying at the end captures it really well for me, actually, where what they showed still felt like an E3 presentation vertical slice and not an actual representation of what the game is, which has me very worried with how much time they've had, the delay, knowing this event with them being the showcase piece for it, and this is what they were able to show. I interrupted you earlier when you said it was very smooth because a lot of the gameplay, a lot of stuttering, which is stuff I usually don't notice or I don't care about. I don't care if it's 30, 40, 60 frames. I don't. But there was a lot of droppings. There was a lot of frame drops. There was a lot of stuttering. There was UI looking clean but unfinished at the same time, which, again, stuff, it's in development, but I was expecting to see a lot more with what they've been given, what kind of the expectations were going in.
Yeah.
If it's not canceled, I'd send Discord. I could also see this being delayed till 2027. I could see this being a February next year game. Hey, this is kind of the state we're in the fall still. GTA's here. We have Gears, you have Call of Duty, you have whatever else is here. 2 more months, give us a safer window to release. Which sucks, because a lot of the stuff you mentioned, Fable stuff, is there. They show blacksmithing right before they're going to it. Girlfriend sitting next to me was like, you spend hours in Bowerstone playing the lute or whatever the musical instrument was and doing blacksmithing for money. You have like a times 50 multiplayer just making millions of dollars before you started the game. And that's what we did every time playing through. And they showed the blacksmithing as a minigame. I'm like, hell yeah, that's what I want. Like, the flavors there, the core pieces are there. It's just the overall product. It's not tied together well. I don't know. There's just something about it where I look at him like, cool. This is what you've shown us in the trailers, but seeing it in action, like, it's not hitting. And it could be another weird art style graphic choice for me, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be a hater. Like, I'm still going to play it day one. I'm still excited to play it. I just was expecting more.
Well, and here's the thing, like, Playground, Forza Horizon, game looks stunning. Yeah, this map could look like exactly how it does, but there is a glossiness of feeling to it that feels fairy tale like, right? And is that for a trailer to make it look fancy? Is that going to look like it does in the game? Like, I think Xbox, lost the benefit of the doubt. Hard to just know for sure. And when you have these promises, it's like, okay, but is that going to be exactly how you say it? Is it? I don't know. There's a lot of promises where I think it is just Xbox lost the benefit of the doubt as a whole. And I'm like, I feel like you guys are just talking about a lot of the same stuff now. But, I want to talking about more positive real quick about I like what they're doing with the morality system. Because again, I feel good about the game. I just think I didn't have worries. And now I'm like, I don't think it's going to slip. I really don't. I feel like the fall, the time slot, I think that is the kickoff of their 25th anniversary, or the summer showcase will be. But I feel like we thought of it differently, where we have to get there first to celebrate. Like, oh, okay. Either way, I feel like it's like a for sure it has to come out. But Cyberpunk, it doesn't have to, so I'm wrong. Anyways, Fable morality system. I love that it's not black and white. That is, when they started talking about that, it's like, okay, yeah, black and white. It's like, no, it's not. Everything's gray. Jenny, who likes ice cream, is going to love that you made ice cream for her. But Pete, who's allergic, is going to hate that you made it. Duh. Like, a simple decision has gray area depending on people. And I love that they're doing that and in line with the living population, which is what they call the 1,000 people with lives and everything. those two paired together is really cool, right? Like when you go save the town and choose to do one thing one way, like people love you, people are going to hate you because that's real life, right? Seen it today. That should be really, really, really cool. It's really interesting going into that though, about how it doesn't really, like, the living population doesn't tie into the main quest heavily. They said they tie it in the lightest ways in the article, and seeing how that's gonna work is gonna be interesting, right? Yeah.
Well, it's like the fluff of world building, because we're going to talk about like what you do in one part of the world isn't suddenly going to be known across the whole landscape. Like they mentioned in the trailer, they showcased or talked about Dave, who was in the first big reveal like 3 years ago, the giant you fight, and they talked about how choices you make affect the landscape. How if you kill him when he's a giant, his body will just be like dead on the hillside forever. Love that. Great. Hilarious. People across the world aren't going to know about that for a while. Like, it takes time for word to spread. So, to me, it feels more of the casual banter when you walk into a town. If people greet you, or hey, there's our hero, or hey, you're whatever so and so that did this. Because they had the examples of if you were raising prices, the one lady was mad that you were fair or whatever. Like, it seems to be the more minor stuff and not going to be like a major focus point of it, but then still making it be a hey, 1,000 characters, we did all this to have this part in. It's a weird split path feeling for me.
Yeah. I think it's interesting them talking in this article. They talk about how doing the living population 1,000 players, they have to make sure like it's the town is a functional town. So they're talking about early in development, there was one town that was so empty during the day, and they couldn't figure out why during the day it was so empty. They zoomed out in debug mode. It was because NPCs were getting up to go to work, but they lived too far away from their job. So they started walking to work, but didn't get there before their schedule told them to turn around and go back to bed. They were so far away. They had to fix that. So it's like, oh shit. They're making basically a real living town, and having to think of like, if this person is living, where do they go? That's really cool. If that works, that's a really, really, really cool system. That seems like the sandbox, and then it'll be story, right? I feel like right now there's two different things going on, and I wonder how that will feel in gameplay. You have the living population, the social game, which they referenced. There's two games, like, right? They said the story, the RPG, the choices, and then the simulation, the management stuff. And maybe that's just how it is. Maybe it is supposed to feel a little separate because it is a choice to engage in it.
Which they, in the article I was looking through, I wish they would have talked about more, but there's not necessarily level scaling, but they're not locking you out of other regions of the world. So from the get-go, you can go wherever you want to a point, it seems. So I'm curious how will there be some stuff that's locked away until you reach a certain level or do a certain story beat, or towns that are completely blocked off till then, and that's kind of how they're doing it. Or yeah, you can go in this region, but there's not much for you to do until you get to XYZ. This is how we're going to kind of mainline you to have the world evolve with you.
Or you can go up north where the mid-game boss is, and you can see them and have a conversation in that area and actually become friends with them. And then you do the main quest, and days, weeks, months later, you walk up and they're like, hey, you again. Like, it could be Baldur's Gate, right? Where choices, like, people remember you. And if you stumble into something that the story goes later, maybe there's an effect, right? It doesn't sound like it, but that aspect of leveling is always interesting to me. The whole world just levels with you, or is it going to be more this giant beetle creature is resistant to piercing, and you only have a sword and an arrow, and you don't have the magic to weaken it, right? So you're going to be a struggle. Is it more of that systems-based combat that way as opposed to leveling?
How are you down with the combat for what they showed? They showed like in game of the fireball that they've shown in the trailer multiple times. blade sword blades, whatever it's called in Fable 2. They showed that where they kind of circle around and puncture an enemy. Like they started showing off some of the more spellcasting stuff and how combat will actually work finally.
Yeah, I mean, it looks more actiony, and that's what I want. So I want to be able just to like dodge, dip in, like slash, dodge, dip out, drop a lightning spell, get back in there, do whatever. Like, yeah, I want to be quick and agile, or more heavy if that's also what you can do in this. It looked good, right? Across the board, everything looked really clean, polished in a way of like, this is what we're showing, and we have to make sure it looks good. But like, I want to see more from the combat. Like, it looks pretty plain and pretty simple. Maybe that's all it is. But if it feels good, it looks good, right? Like what we're seeing, it looks good. So as long as that feels good, that's cool. Like I said, I love being able to switch from melee to range like that. That's going to be really cool. So as long as that can feel good, feel visceral, yeah. I think just the camera in the world looks a little clean in the combat segments that they're showing. I think that's my issue with it, but I want to see a skill tree and that stuff. Like once we get into that, it's like hell yeah. How do you feel about the combat?
I'm okay with it. It's what you would expect. It doesn't seem like they're trying to go crazy with it. It's got the usual hold right trigger to access 4 abilities you can hotkey onto your base buttons. So I'm hoping there's enough diversity and kind of the intertwining of spells if you go that path. One of my favorite things in the old games was being able to tie in what was the name of it? Blade Storm, whatever it is they showcase, where they all circle around. Well, you could tie that in with like a fire spell and make them flaming swords, or have them go through like a whirlwind. Like, if they keep stuff like that, I hope that stuff stays, because that will add more player variety. I'm down for. So, and I
want to be able to freeze
solid. People
and then melt them with like fire. Yeah, like having the abilities mixed together. That should be in this.
Yeah, it looks good. It just didn't blow me away.
Yeah. Last little bit in the article before we close it out. The comedy they're talking about, they were inspired by British comedies over the last 20 years, like Peep Show, The IT Crowd, a couple others. They started with The Office, which is quintessentially British, but also has traveled really well. It's really interesting because they said that mockumentary interview style that was in that very first trailer, they're going to have that in the game.
We're going
to have Office cutaway moments, which if done right, yeah, it's going to be really good. And all it has to be is we're following the hero of our story, and that's the hero gets to look at the camera because we're following them like a documentary. So if it should be good. Humor is always hard because it's hard to write jokes, right, and be funny, but I feel good about it. I like those shows they're referencing. I'm like, that's good. I love British humor better than American. So,
well, it's a unique way to stand out in games too. Like, instead of, oh, it's another fantasy game, whatever. Like, no, it's doing things differently. If you like X, Y, or Z comedy, if you like The Office, like, check it out, maybe type thing. Like, it's a different selling point that I feel a lot of people aren't really tapping into. It's either you're doing cutscenes or you're doing the one-shot thing that like God of War does, but not a lot of people try and differentiate or expand upon what cutscenes and stuff can be.
Yeah, exactly. It's an easy way to kind of fit your style and do your comedy and have that get through the game, changing how you're even shooting and doing cutscenes. Be cool. They added character customization. Do you think that was post-release launch, and that's why it's been delayed? Because they were like, oh shit, people are really pissed about this? Or do you think they were always going to? Because they said we're also having customization. You can choose different heads. And then they just showed costumes. That's all they showed. They didn't show many other people. They didn't show an in-depth customization. And they only said heads. So it felt weird to me. And like, huh.
Yeah, I don't think it's why it was delayed, but I definitely think it was an afterthought. At most, I think they probably had a female-male option, and that was your default. You've probably seen some people have posted videos online of, oh, the male character in the trailer has a feminine walk, and they just carried the model over for him. Like, that's such a nitpicky thing to bitch about, but if that's the case, like, I could see it. But I don't really care. Like, if it was old
That's
Fables, I
just
would
like
have
a
cared.
inside baseball type thing of like, we gotta get this out. Just use this model. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's 1 second you can see the hip sway.
No, for me, that
People are
not a
crazy.
necessity in Fable to have. If it was the old morality system where like you had to have physical changes, or if you were eating too much, you had physical changes, then I would care a little bit more about it. But with that stuff not affecting your character, don't care. They're going to be decked out in armor the whole time. You're seeing the backside of them for most of it outside of cutscenes. Like, no, I don't. I don't spend a lot of time in character creator anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought that was an interesting, like, that felt very quick mention, move on.
Yeah.
We don't
Hey,
have
we
much
did
to
it.
show.
Don't be mad
Hey,
at
you
us
guys hated
anymore.
this person. Like, Jesus, we thought they were awesome because they could be male or female. Because instead of making you make one choice that doesn't matter, who cares? It's like, oh no, we have to let you make a choice.
I do like they mentioned a couple times and in the article and in the video of how they got access to a bunch of old Lionhead documentation from the original Fables and based a lot of their decisions and stuff off of that. Like, respectable way to pay homage to what came before while trying to draft your own story and have old head fans at ease. Like, hey, these are kind of ideals that Lionhead was going by. These are what they were kind of basing their actions off of. Like, we want to honor that, follow suit. So, kudos.
Yeah, I wonder how many ex Lionhead people are on this team. You know, aren't they in like the same area, same general?
Yeah, same general area. I don't think they mentioned just other people.
Why would you? And
yeah,
that'd be kind of odd unless it was someone higher up and who had a name attached to Fable. But I just wonder, you know, because like that would mean a lot and would carry forward so much of like, you know, we worked on the original games and whatnot. So we'll see. We'll see. It's a great showing. Screenshots look great. The world looks great. Bowerstone like looks awesome. And again, if you're walking around and they also said interiors are fully, you can walk into them and all that. Like if
every building.
Yeah, if Albion is a fully living world, like they're saying, with a living population and everything, you can walk in and it's going to be an amazing fucking game. So, weird showing. I just think they did a lot of telling as opposed to showing us. They did more telling as opposed to showing us. And the telling was right, though. I want what they said was right. Morality system, all that was what I wanted to hear and what Fable should be. But I wish we saw more of those systems in play, actively going. So I expect, summer will be the full reveal, full showcase, full thingy of all of it, different environments and whatnot. But yeah. I think it's going to be game of the year, early prediction. Not like the game, but in nominations and whatnot.
No. It's cheeky answer. Oh, it's on PlayStation 5 now, maybe. No, I don't.
That is true.
I think there's enough this year that it'll kind of be overlooked again. I just don't know. It comes out this year. I'm just so. This too. Definitely ill day of showcase on my end. So everything that was shown, like, it's kind of shitty undertones already. So I'm like coming from a bad place, but like, again, it's me setting expectations in my head and just being let down so much. So I'm like, going through it again, going through the motions. I just want cool games that I enjoy.
Yeah. Well, this one you can have a full family with kids.
You can have a family with kids.
With a house, you can own property. That's not something we can do now.
One other thing that I just thought of talking about this and going through that I find weird. They mentioned how this team essentially is from the ground up new staff in Playground. Like, it's not a lot of the Forza team. We curated new staff for this project, fans of the series, other studios that have come out over time of lead person from here is at Fable now. But then in the video, they talk about how they stuck with the Forza tech engine because that's what they're used to. I'm like, if they're all new people, how are they used to it? Weird.
Fair point.
Weird.
But I guess you're able on the internal side though.
People helping.
Know it. You have people jump over. Yeah. I think on an engine side, behind the scenes, the coding, I think that is more like that's where that is relevant, right? Using the same engine, we know it. I think the other side, like doing art, you're not doing art in that engine, right? You're not making gameplay designs in that engine or decisions, right? But feel like the engine is way more the code and how it's running. So that would make sense to me that your whole studio knows it. Yeah. I mean, that's just a lot of me assuming with my limited knowledge of game engines.
Yeah.
Are they using, it's their own? Yeah. Forza has their own engine. You just said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Unreal.
It's their
Damn,
own.
dude,
And then
so imagine this. This runs well. Does this engine now, can other studios use it for other type of games? Instead of Xbox using Unreal 5, they use Forza's engine to make other type of games. If fucking they can use Forza's tech to make an open world hack and slash, that's not the type of game it is, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's an open-ended question, really.
That would be interesting because it is. I mean, Forza Tech is the one that, what was it? Forza Horizon 4 is when they went to Rare and Rare helped them with water stuff from Sea of Thieves. Like, they've had that crossword before. If they go full crossword, that would be interesting. Like, that would be, I don't know. I think it depends what Fable, how much they do and how easy it is to translate.
Yeah. And again, yeah, it's just such a out there kind of question and thought, really, that we won't, I don't think we're smart enough to know. But yeah, it's just interesting, right? Like, they're using the same engine.
Video games are easy to make.
Especially if it doesn't have the same issues Unreal 5 has. We'll see.
That was everything at the 2026 Xbox Developer Direct. Good showcase overall. It's not my favorite. I was expecting this to be the big one, like, hell yeah, and all the way in. It was a good showcase.
Yeah, we hyped ourselves up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think, it's their 25th anniversary, and I really don't feel like they've done anything yet. So to me, it just says like they're not starting celebrating it yet. They don't have much, and I was overblowing what they might be doing. Missed opportunities.
I'm still upset about that,
They still
though.
say, yeah, no, I mean, there should have been something. Like, the fact there's nothing is crazy.
First 5 months of the year, nothing outside of games on other platforms, while we sit here and twiddle our fingers. Kind of fucked up.
And again, but it's not the 25th until November, right? Like,
we're celebrating for 2 months.
It's still technically, but the year doesn't end calendar-wise. The 25th anniversary would be until the 26th, right? Like, technically, we're in the 24th. You see how many hoops you have to jump through to make it make sense.
Like,
Xbox is weird.
They had the 25th logo at the start of this shit. This was the kickoff, and it was not the way to start. Dumb.
I know, yeah. Yeah, I hope they, here's the thing. We get it. We know where Microsoft is at. Like,
It feels like we're the stepchild. That's where Microsoft is at. Like, oh, we need to do this showcase for Xbox fans, or else they'll maybe, like, egg our house tomorrow, but, like, yeah, we'll move past it. As I wipe my ass with $1,000 bills.
It's really funny that I feel like the internet as a whole is like, hell yeah, Xbox, great showcase. And we're like, all right, well, good job, I guess. Solid showcase, good job, not your best.
Which, I mean, we're usually like, one of us is usually pretty high on the showcases, like, no matter what it is. It's
That's
just,
what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tastes are changing. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I just think, like they've said, there was a lot of known quantities, so nothing really to be too excited about. And then personally, like I said, Fable, that's what Fable should be. So it's crazy that I'm not as impressed. And the showing was just a little polished or not polished enough, whichever way it ends up going, right? Like, something felt clean about it and lacking. So, but other than that, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to get another showcase? We started off saying that rumors, maybe there's more. What are your over under? What do you think likelihood we're going to get another showcase this year? Not showcase, developer_direct.
Direct, yeah. I don't know. I would like it, but I feel, I don't know, because you have this now. We have June showcase, the big one, obviously, for the rest of the year and future projects. Summer Game Fest is right there. Game Awards is there. I don't know where you would fit another one in at.
kind of where I'm thinking.
Unless it was like some super in the weeds inside baseball type one where it's like we're talking super technical about a couple things and not like a normal showcase and going that route with it. Because yeah, you could do it after the June showcase. What, September, October? For what? Because you get the January in 3 months where it's this one next year. Like, I don't know.
I don't think there is one that, you know, talking about it and thinking about it. There isn't a place for it. You got 2 showcases almost 6 months apart perfectly. So yeah, I think it's just a smaller, I would love for them to do a really specific, like one game developer direct, and it's like in the weeds of whatever for, you know, but
unless, hear me out, June showcase hits, goes on as normal.
Straight into it.
No, it goes on as normal. Trailer. We're not doing talking heads. Next day they do one for Gears, for Halo, for Clockwork Revolution. Do one right after deeper dives into the fall releases. Have this, then Fables in fall. I was like, do this one for the beginning of the year and then do the one after the June showcase for June showcase games that are releasing in fall. Like, that would work. But I feel like they've done that before, and that was the weird year where it was like, it wasn't Civilization. What's the one that Microsoft owns? Age of Empires, where
History Untold.
Well, that too. No, there's the Age of Empires one where they spent like an hour and a half talking about fucking trebuchets and old medieval weaponry for no reason. Like, don't do that.
Reasons for that.
Not the people want to see. Don't do that. Just do another direct after the June showcase. Talk about the fall releases. Do the deeper dives then.
Yeah, I think that's what they've been doing anyways. I think they do the Xbox Wire article as it's happening or right after the show. They are really good about updating that stuff. You know, I could, that would be the time to do it. I would see them just calling it something else though and attaching it to their summer showcase deep dive or whatever they want to call it. But I would love for them to, same thing with the Game Awards, right? It's like, do your thing and then spend some time with the people talking about it. Do the award show, and then the next, like, they like interview people and let them talk about the game they made. Do the same thing here with Xbox. That would be cool.
That'll be an extra $50,000 per paragraph post Game Awards right up though.
That's not on me though.
Eat shit indie studios. Woo.
People definitely have that money. Someone does. Right now it's like one person. I feel like. Yeah, like I said, I don't think there's going to be a second one. I think they have this lockdown for what it is. I would imagine they're going a little heavy with the June. We'll probably get some solid updates to stuff. Maybe this is Fallout 3 remaster. Not in this, of course. I was hoping we see something more credence to something dropping at the end of season 2 in a couple weeks. They have a timer that's counting down somewhere, so that could easily just be a post and an announcement. So maybe they're going more that route with all the little stuff. But it is crazy that there's not a lot in the first half of the year, like you were saying. Like, there's nothing. Were you guys really scared of GTA that much? Like, where you didn't want anything before it? What?
Just looks like, oh, 25th anniversary, go celebrate it on Switch, go celebrate it on PlayStation.
But again, it's not the 25th until November.
The logo is there.
Yeah, because they're just starting it, right? I hear you. I hear you. I'm just like, I guess there's no way they view 2026 as January 1st being the start. They're just like, all right, update the graphics. Yeah, because we're going to start that this year. I was hoping for more out of that because such an easy way to build some hype, but hopefully later.
For now, it's 111 days till Forza Horizon 6 drops, and I could be happy for a while.
Woo.
Can't wait.
Yeah. I felt like I had another question, but now it's lost. My mind has lost it. So,
was it about Kiln? Was it about Kingdom Hearts?
No.
Was it about Sea of Thieves?
Never about those. Never. No. Good showcase.
Good showcase.
Good developer direct.
Good job, Xbox. Stop treating me like a stepchild. With that,
just you.
Will be the end of 101, the first step of our next 100 episodes. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, twitch.tv/the download queue for our first video game catch up. Having one dedicated episode a month for what we've been playing, giving spotlights to hidden gems, doing reviews for whatever we've been up to. Been an emotional year for me, man. I posted about it on Twitter. My backlogged emotional wreck of a games lineup so far.
Yeah. No, we both. It's been fun.
Gonna be a wild
I can't
ride.
wait. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier before. It's made me look forward to the episode, and like it's nice to have like a moment like, oh, I gotta catch up. I want to beat this, so I can do that, right? It's nice having that. So I think it'll be fun every month recapping and talking about what's coming the next month too. So it'd be fun next week.
Bring some tissues. Be sad next week. Relive all these emotions.
Yeah, just a couple emotional games.
Couple of them. Kai, what are you doing this week? Streaming, hanging out, making videos.
Oh, I'm honestly just waiting for Marathon. I'm just waiting.
Got a date.
They've done it. The internet has changed. Everyone's like, wait a minute. Bungie's kind of cool. Is this going to be good? It's like, fuck yes, you guys. Yes. They just, an alpha with art from 2 months prior just looked not great. And you guys ran with it. And Arc Raiders look better. Yeah, I open my Xbox and I see the technical test still downloaded that I can't get into because it's closed. I'm like, man, I just want to play Marathon. So I can't play it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Kingdom Come and some other stuff. I don't know. I'm not streaming, I think, this week. We'll see. But nothing confirmed.
Fair enough. Maybe streaming this week. I got the pre-purchase for World of Warcraft Midnight because I forgot it was coming out until last week when we brought it up. Oh man, I don't know if I'm going to talk about it next week, Kyle, but I am so intimidated by the housing in this game. I don't even know if I want to touch it now. Like, it's not a resource intensive, but you need to go out and buy each individual item. If you're doing chairs, you need to go out to the vendor in the world, buy those chairs, bring them back. But then it's
hell yeah,
the way you place them, the axis they're on, the sizing of them. I've seen people make a running river through their house using water fountains and mirrors. A guy made like a shrinking hallway in his house that just kept getting smaller and smaller as you went through the rooms. Wild shit. It looks cool. Do I have the brain capacity for it? Probably not.
Yeah, no, so I was seeing some of that stuff last week when we talked, and I was scrolling when you were talking about it. I was like, holy, people are going off with the housing stuff. So yeah, it'll be interesting. You should hop in and try it. I want to see.
I started buying stuff last night, so maybe a stream this week trying it. I wanted to try. Girlfriend's big into Animal Crossing and decorating.
Oh, yes.
Get a bunch of items and have her try it out and see if it clicks.
Oh,
and do something with that. Oh, if you just rotate this 30 degrees, minimize this, put this in there, like, nah.
Yeah.
So maybe
it sounds really cool. Really? Wow. World of Warcraft.
Wow, World of Warcraft. Till next week, twitch.tv/downloadq. This episode will be posted on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, all the streaming places tomorrow, January 25th, Sunday. Sometime. I don't have a set time yet. It takes time to make things. I'm behind because I was sick. Don't get sick, kids. Till next week. Stay safe. Be good to each other. The world's a shitty place. My family in Minneapolis. God, love you all.
Yeah. Fuck ice.
Fuck ice.
I have friends there. It's just crazy to see them talk about like, to have friends post shit and like, this is what I'm seeing. It's like, holy fuck, that's crazy. It's crazy in general, but when we're be safe. Thanks
for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Let us know what you thought of the Developer Direct in the comments below, wherever you're watching this.